So here we are on another site. Um, we have a little lake house here, and well, it's a special lake house. It's an old lake house. So this would be a private lake residence. We're going to be doing a lot of this project. Hey guys, how we doing? We've got candid camera again. Congratulations, you're on YouTube. So the demolition process has already begun. We are not just opening these windows. This is actually going to be a multi-biparting door over here. In the kitchen, new window. Really new windows throughout. As you can tell, we had to do some demolition of the old stone wall over here. And we have some temporary shoring here because we had to install these ridge beams because the old framing of 1983 was insignificant for today's codes. Additionally, we'll be blowing out this wall so that we have a nice overlook of the lake. Right now, you have to look through these windows and doors to see the lake. However, this living area as well as the sunroom will be magically transformed into a lake oasis where we can actually see. No, can't see through that window. No, can't see that window. No, kind of can't see through this. Anyways, you guys will have a better appraisal once everything's been accomplished. Over here we could see where the deck was, and we'll send you some pics of where the deck was. Or what it looked like before. There was a tree going through it. It was fantastic. But yeah, let's walk around the house a little bit and get familiar with the project, and then that'll just better help us in the future when we show some after videos, so you guys can see the transformation that takes place. Why is that important? Because at Integrity Construction, we transform ideas into reality. We do not transform construction into headaches, or try not to anyways. That's part of the customer service thing, the integrity thing. Nonetheless, it's very important that the customer has a good experience, but at the same time, when hiring a construction expert, I think the most important thing is, well, for one, they have to be a construction expert. I don't care whether they call themselves a contractor, a GC, whatever they want to call them, so it doesn't really matter. They don't have the foggiest idea of what they're doing. And when it comes to projects like this, experience matters. Really, when it comes to projects like anything, experience matters. This is a practice, much like a lawyer practices with the law and a doctor practices on people's bodies. Well, they don't really say it like that, but it's the truth. They practice. Construction, too, is a practice, and it is necessary for one to have a little bit of on-site experience with these types of things. Actually, I first learned about a lot of this stuff in these things called books. Most people don't know what they are these days. They just do YouTube and online type stuff. Nonetheless, I first learned a lot about construction with books, and then the internet happened. That's how old I am. Okay. Anyway, so we have a 1983 ranch with a basement here. Nice little overlook on the lake. If we can pan out there, that'd be great. And that cedar has done a fine job of holding up this long. Gosh, I guess that's a good 40 years or something. But it's done. And so the time has come to bring this thing up to speed here. We're going to not modernize the house. We're going to work with the existing home characteristics. But we are going to bring it up to date, and we are going to make it more livable. And we are going to put new siding and windows and doors, and we are going to open up the space and make the interior living space expand out into the lake view. Doesn't that sound fancy? Yes. Well, idealistically, you could charge thousands of dollars for using words like that if you were an interior designer. We're not using an interior designer on this particular project, although I do not poo-poo interior designers because they have a place just as engineers do and architects. At the end of the day, we are all professionals, and we hope to create a team that's going to bring value to the table for the customer. So let's duck in, and we'll just kind of see what's going on.